Alrighty, we're back early as I promised today. I got we ended up doing more side quests, and then we ended up doing main plot, which it turns out that one of the first things I ended up really doing in the game ended up being main plot anyway. So I technically got more done than I thought I was going to get done, since we'd already done that huge part, which gave me all my cool summoning stuff. So it was like the perfect time for me doing that super early. So I am very glad that it turned out like that. But now after we finished pretty much most of the size content, there's still some left, but it's time we move on to the next one. So I've got both half of the tablets now. The other side quests that were connected to it have been finished off. The only thing left to do is, I guess, hand it in and find out how the hell we turn this Menhir back on. It's also been nice, as I commented on last stream, that I've been able to finally get my build has been coming together. I'm losing out on the stealth and stabbiness part of it, but I have like decent weapons, so my weapons can do some damage now. And my summons are still the bulk of my everything, but God bless them, they do a lot of work. So that's been very good. I've even got my weight back down to incredibly low amounts, which is, oh baby. I got my weight back down to 50 pounds. I might be able to take off the 10-pound cloak, or the cloak that gives me 10 extra carry weight, and actually just put something good on, like a stealth cloak. Honestly, do we have a stealth cloak? I'd kind of want to do that now. Let's see, do I have a stealth cloak? Axe. Slowly burns nearby enemies. Increase range, critical hit chance. Increases mana regen and spell power. Regenerates max mana. Increases healing. Increases health by 50. I need a lot of endurance and practicality, but that's not that bad. And I do hit a flat magic crit chance, which I could just slap on. I mean, I might as well. I have been using it. I'll put that on. The 50 health also seems really good, because that's a lot. And nothing else here I have. Like, if I have a cloak that actually just powers up stealth, I probably want to make that anyway. That would be something I'd really like to equip on. Actually, I want to see how I look with this. Yeah, got the... Alright. We got a bit of the necromancer coming in. We got the stupid read off the back. Since I've managed to, by removing all the extra crap from my inventory. I guess the only thing I would want to check is, yeah, if I go back down, I can easily just use the warp stone down by the village. Which, I actually don't think I have to use. I think I have to run from there. So let's see, can I even craft anything like that? Handcrafting. Increases sneak damage. That would help if I do actually get a sneak in. I do have the rocks for throwing to distract, but still haven't really found a good place to use it. So I guess if I did craft something, this would be a pretty good choice. The Burr's Cape. Need more perception and everything. Not worrying about that. Cause if I remember correctly, I'm out of cash. Oh wait, no, I got some money back again. Which means if I got some money back. Do I even decrease this thing on my back? Like, at this point, I don't know if I'm even going to be using it or swapping it off. I know the crown, but the crown is incredibly expensive to upgrade. I still don't know if I'll be using this chest armor forever, although considering how much max mana it gives, that it might be a high possibility. The leggings are just pretty decent because of the max mana they give, but they're no longer... I mean, they will eventually give maybe a bit more max mana, but like I'm still waiting for pieces, right? I still don't have a true set done. This is spell power, magic crit chance, which is good, but yeah, I still just don't have a full I'm using this. Except for maybe those boots. The boots of just move faster are kind of almost perfect. Like, they don't do anything else for me, but just being able to outrun enemies, or run faster than my opponent and summon things, or move in the overworld faster is kind of better than any damage boost I'd be getting. And I really like it. You know what? only 2,000 per upgrade right now. So we'll knock it down one more. There we go. Done. Now it's half a pound. Because the more we end up upgrading this, once we get this weight lower, once we're actually down in lightweight, we get like damage, mana regen, stamina regen, attack speed, casting speed, dash speed, movement speed multiplier gets increased. And we get an extra dash counter. I don't really have been using them, but I mean, okay, so now that's it. And I know I have a horse, and I should be using the horse more, but I mean, I can get my athletic skill. It doesn't matter. Look at the horse. I also want to... So this spell right here, the Merlin's Thorns, has been incredibly good. This has been a very good and versatile spell I've been using for a long time, and I'm probably going to be using it for a while, even longer. Yeah, life transfusion, yeah. Put life transfusion back on. However, there are more offensive spells that I've been getting, so I kind of want to try something else too. Scorching Blaze, shoot a large burning projectile which explodes upon impact. So that's basically Fireball. Every classic. Mystic Ward for defense. Volatile Summon. Oh yeah, making my summons explode. Thunderstorm is also pretty neat. You designate some air. I want to see how that works. Okay, that's pretty neat. It's not exactly as blast them like this is a support spell. Like you'd be offhanding this with a main blasting spell. This was pretty neat when I was using it. It's a personal close range zap 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 zap, which was helpful. Drain vigor. This drains stamina. It does do damage, but I like the one where I'm gaining health. Is that what this does too? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot this has a basic projectile of just blasting them for bleed. Stone skin, summon my lads. Healing. More summoning. Yeah, how does Fireball look in this? Okay, so it's basic shot, takes a while to cast, blast. And that's more fireball. Okay. Also seems perfect too. And it goes a fair distance before exploding. We'll see what happens when I have summons to see, because this doesn't feel like I'm going to be able to blast this much. It does do a lot of damage, though. Shoots medium lightning shock. So I wonder if there's going to be other upgrades for some of these other spells as well. Or if they're just sticking fire with the basic ability. Yeah, because the chunk of ice one didn't really work that well. Because the charge shot's a big, heavy lump that does a short arc. Not that helpful. Wintercrone's Wrath could be another good version of Merlin's Thorns. It does less damage, but it does, put the chill. But so far, Merlin's Thorns has just been the best. We'll see. We'll keep the Fireball on for now. See how that even goes. And we'll probably have to swap back to Merlin's Thorn anyway, but... let's not go off the trail. Yeah, slowly derping with the horse is definitely better than just running in myself. 100%. Hey, Maggot. How's it going? Here are the tablets containing the Menhir rites. What now?
Now, of course, we need to head to the Menhir. If I've read the notes correctly, the ritual has the best chance of success if we perform it after nightfall. No time to lose. The sooner we start, the sooner we'll rid our lands of this Camelot scum. Now I need to prepare myself, but I'll be waiting for you by the Menhir after nightfall.
Makes sense to me. I wonder if my bonfire that I put in front of the statue's still there. Yeah, I'm just gonna run. Yeah, much faster. And I got the Linux at the same time. Although it doesn't really cost me anything to, hand it in. Also, she doesn't take those scalps, does she?
What is it now?
About the bounties you
Well,
posted.
sometimes I feel a bit odd posting all these tasks. They can seem pointless, running back and forth, fetching this and that. But some people, they just need something to keep their hands busy and their minds off darker thoughts. Keeps them from getting underfoot, or doing something reckless. Good to know you're one of those who can handle it. Keeps things running smoothly around here. So, good job, I suppose. Now don't let it go to your head. There's always more to be done, and I'm sure I'll have another task for you soon enough.
Okay, so they're all done. There is no actual Well, he's having fun. So no one actually wants me to hand in these scalps anywhere? Feels like I'm missing something. That's a chunk of EXP and cash. Unless I'm supposed to go back to the first zone and hand them in there as well. It's all just go to the same area. Do I even have it down here? Fergus asked me to bring him the tags of fallen keepers. That's from the other one. Canon, a man sent from Camelot, is paying bounties for each bandit slain. That's from it as well. Yeah, I don't actually have the quest here, huh? Okay, yeah, those are from the other zones. So they don't count. Hey, it lasted. Okay, now I remember Arthur wanted to talk before. What do you think of the corrupted temple?
A great tragedy befell the priestesses there. And to think that the strength of their faith was enough to bind a Four-Dweller. There is still so much we do not know about the true potential of the weirdness. I never imagined it could become a prison for the beings shaped by its will. But that Four-Dweller, there was something familiar about her. As if we had met before, a very long time ago. In her presence, I felt an odd sense of peace, even amid the terror that had overtaken the temple. Strange, and strangely comforting.
Do you think Nanette truly wanted to help people now, or is it just guilt?
Does it matter? As long as the result is the betterment of the people, what difference does it make? Guilt is a powerful motivator, and a useful one at that. My sisters taught me that, time and time again.
Okay, well, that's it for him. So I guess we'll rest until after nightfall. That should be good enough. 10 p.m., 10 p.m. Now we'll just sneak this behind the guard's back. Doo-doo.
It worked. I can hardly
Oh, we don't get to
believe
see the
it.
ritual? Aw.
I mean, I hoped, of course, that the wisdom of my predecessors and our shared effort wouldn't fail, but you know how it is. Something could have gone wrong. Is everything all
it's
right?
happening to me now.
You don't look too well, eh?
Hey, what's going on?
So, it's done. The Menhir is alive once more. This changes everything.
Okay, so I just
People of
tipped
Cornwall
over and
will
then...
stay where they are.
I wouldn't be so sure. The weirdness continues to thicken, and the threat of the Red Death hasn't passed. Besides, I still have my orders, and they clearly state where your Menhir belongs.
I know you have your orders, and I, as a lord, am bound by Camelot's law. But the moment of choice has come, and I stand with my people. I am the Lord of Cornwall, not Camelot. I cannot simply command my subjects to abandon their land.
Of all times, you choose now to grow a moral backbone? Spare me. You are a lord, and it is your subjects' duty to do as you command. And if you defy Camelot, well, I don't think I need to tell you how that will end.
But that's where you're wrong, Denholm. There is one thing even Camelot cannot dispute. Not if they wish to avoid a civil war that would break out if they defied their own laws.
What are you talking about? How exactly is Camelot defying its own laws?
I will lead an expedition to find the Holy Grail.
Hey.
Such is my will.
The next part.
What?
Okay. So that's how we're tying it in.
So you've really thought this through, haven't you? Well, if that is the will of the Lord of Kurnacht, then Camelot will have no choice but to acknowledge it. I'll report this to command. They're in for a surprise.
Okay, so he's turning to me like I'm here. How did I go from collapsing in front of the Menhir to being back here again?
You heard what Denholm said.
Huh.
Camelot
That's a
won't
weird
dare touch the
transition, but-
Menhir as long as I lead the expedition for the Holy Grail. Once again,
What kind
I
of law
need
is
your
that,
help, and I'm prepared to grant
So as
whatever
long
you
as
ask
you're
in
looking
return.
for it, you're like, okay. I'm missing some context here. I need to know the history of people on the search for the Grail. Like, oh, if you're searching for the Grail, you're now immune to certain laws? Like, huh? What
People
do you
I
mean?
can trust. Those prepared to share the burden of this quest for the Grail. I can't command anyone to join me. They must come of their own free will. Otherwise, the expedition is doomed to fail before it even begins.
The Menhir has regained its power. Why do you need the expedition?
You see, here's where it gets interesting. I've turned Camelot's own ancient laws against them. No one can dissuade the seekers of the Holy
Okay.
Grail from their sacred mission. That means all orders are effectively halted
Oh,
until I
okay.
return. With my shield, or on it. It also ensures the people of Kurnacht have the right to remain on their land until I'm back. Which, of course, means I don't have to return at all.
Okay, so what he's doing is he's giving up his lordship to go on the quest for the Grail, and while he's questing for the Grail, everybody understands what you're doing. You no longer are subject to the regular laws of, having the leaders of Camelot to tell you where to go, what to do, and all that other nonsense, since they're looking for the Grail. It's not that you're not immune to laws. You just, you break the other oaths that you need to do while you're looking for it. But he can just never return until he either finds it or he's dead. So he's exiling himself, but for his own people. So in the end, even though he was incredibly indecisive and didn't do anything this entire time, like I was here, he didn't have a single quest related to him, he ends up being a decent person in the end. Cool.
I don't, but perhaps I should. A lord's worth is measured by the respect of his people. It is time
Although,
I
wouldn't they
follow in
just
the
appoint
footsteps
another
of my
lord
noble
and
ancestors
have him
and
tell
do
everyone to get the
what
fuck
must
out
be done.
and take them in here anyway?
If this holy mission can secure peace for my people, then I shall see it through. And if by some miracle we return with the legendary grail, all the better. My word
I mean, that's
would
definitely a
become
piece that I
law,
need. But I
and
still need the
Menhir
shield.
would remain untouched. By Camelot's own laws, I could even lay claim to the crown should I wish it, but I don't. My Kurnocht is enough for me.
Cool. Nice dude. Who would want to join you on such a quest?
I would start by looking among the most trusted and eldest members of our community. Our priestess, Niante, possesses
I did fix her.
unparalleled talent in healing. Her presence would certainly be invaluable on such a journey. Then there's Urfa, a skilled blacksmith who was once a formidable warrior. If not for the strength of his muscles, the strength of his mind could prove useful. You might also speak with Maggot. Since the two of you have been through so much together, he may not be thrilled by the idea, but I believe his heart is still in the right place.
What do you think? What do you think will convince him to join the expedition for the
A
Grail?
sense of purpose in what we're about to
It's kind of out of left wing. I still don't
Now
have
that
the
Menhir
shield
is
yet, or unlocked another
reignited,
piece of
it
Arthur.
no longer
so
matters whether we return with the Grail
That's
or not.
odd.
The people will be safe and retain the right to stay on their land. Each of them must understand that this is about the fate of all Kurnocht. For some, it might even serve as a chance for a change in scenery. Approach them with kindness. They all have their demons. And I doubt they'll agree to join if they are still tethered
Okay,
by
so
unresolved
Maggot might not have joined if I didn't fix him properly. And I've already fixed Nenante and the brothers' issues. So, cool. So my side questing actually solved problems way beforehand. I had to deal with them in the main plot. So, technically I was doing main plot all along. Alright, I'll ask what they think about this
Thank
expedition.
you. And believe me, the reward you'll receive for your efforts will be priceless. And whether they agree or not, I will set out for the Grail. I will buy more time for Kurnocht.
Cool. Nice. Good dude.
What is it?
Everyone talks shit about you, but in the end, you're doing what's right. Cool. Now, the real question is a world to win. I need to find the real Shield of Palamedes, which contains a part of Arthur's soul. So I did the Grail cycle. Nice. Maybe not. Okay, so a world to win.
Stay quiet.
Is there
stay
actually
safe.
a quest marker for this, or is it still just find the real shield?
You need something. There you are. Be well.
Don't have anything for you. Okay, so I need to find the real Shield of Palamedes, which contains a part of Arthur's soul. I thought I was going to be doing that by reawakening the Menhir and then maybe finding something for that, but after collapsing, after awakening it, it just teleported me to them having that conversation. I wasn't even like lying in a bed, so what happened there? Why was I suddenly up and awake? Also, it's not the real shield, then where is it still? Do I just start searching for the Grail? Because the Grail feels like it's another piece. But there is no quest marker for the real shield. So that leaves me to believe that I just have to continue talking to the rest and do the Grail cycle, and then that will lead me into it. Odd that they're making me start this next part first. Okay, so Nenante is back at the hospital. Is she? No. The fact that you're still alive is weird. You should have been taken by the plague, but he wasn't yet. Alright, let's pop these up. Oh, Nenante's upstairs. Little Miss, I still can't say her name properly, is up here. Nice room. You even got your own little fresco. Perhaps relocation won't be necessary. Maggot claims the Menhir can be reignited. Well, we've already done this. Oh, Lord Yavin is looking for trustworthy allies to join for his quests for the Holy Grail.
I know. I'm the one who suggested it.
Ha!
It's the only way to get Camelot to hold off moving the Menhir. I can't leave the people of Kunot right now. Not after everything that's happened. I owe them that much. And here, working in Ailey's hospital, my talents will do more good than
I've already helped
chasing a
out
mythical
Ailey with the Red
chalice that
Priest,
might
so it
not
should be
even
running
exist.
fine.
Tell Yvain I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll understand.
Oh, you gotta get your ass over
He'll
here.
do just fine without me.
What? Really? Her answer is just flat fuck off. Aw. I guess I did her quest
Maybe all
wrong.
mother.
Or maybe I would have gotten that answer anyway? Something tells me you're going to end up joining anyway, but... That sucks. Because I did solve her quest. I wonder if I was supposed to solve it in a different way, where she would have been like, okay, I'll leave. Also, before I fall again... Let's get my lovely cabbage roll ready.
Have some spare food, of course.
Yup. Ow. Yeah, I have spare food. I'm jamming it in my mouth right now. Alright, now I have to wait again. Although, maybe I could go see Maggot. He seems like a person who would just be up at all times. Ah! Door stuck. Oh wow, oh yeah, the Menhir, now that it's awakened, stretches really far. Cool. Do you have anything new in your shop now that I've... I don't think I need that alchemy. Those are some relics, and I already have Merlin's Thorn. Go. Lord Yavin is seeking trusted allies for his quest to find the Holy Grail.
Really? What for? The Menhir burns beautifully. Nothing bad can happen now.
He says it will stop Camelot from moving the Menhir.
Ah, yes. That makes sense. I can see it now. And he sent you to me. How unexpected. You know, recent events have really given me a lot to think about. My head feels, lighter somehow. Turns out the world isn't ending after all. And I don't need to stock up on mushroom brew to survive. Besides, I have this feeling that Lady Fate might still have a plan or two left in store for me. Joining the Holy Mission. That sounds like one of them. Tell Yvain.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, I
I'm
did
ready
his
to
properly,
join
so
the
he'll join.
expedition.
He's not like, I'm a
And I'll
lowly worm,
gladly
I don't want to do it.
stand by his side.
Cool. Hey, that was enough to level me up too. Alright, so now that we have Maggot, we just need to wait until the rest of the day passes. Or the rest of the night passes. Which I can do by setting up a bonfire and getting my level at the same time. Yeah, okay, it's nice seeing this entire place is now safely tucked away in the barrier safety. Although that leaves a question, right? On the first zone, they were building a second lighthouse because the lighthouse was the Menhir there, and they're building a second one, assumably to make another Menhir. Assumably, or they were, but it sounds like they're trying to take all the Menhir to surround Camelot. So were they going to take the old lighthouse and put a new one there? Because they were building a new one. It's not like they were taking it apart. So that's interesting. Well, they want this place as one, but they're going to build another one over there. Maybe they really do value that as much as they say. Alright, well. Let's put that attribute in. Spirituality all the way up to, you know what? Let's get that practicality to 5. There we go. Boom. Practicality 5. And then I can go one more point into spirituality. And then maybe some points into endurance or dex or perception or something. Because crit damage, crit chance, and damage. And dex is noise and visibility. That will help me with sneaking. And maybe getting some extra swings in with my dual wielding weapons. Speaking of which, what the fuck was I doing here? I think I had like... I got my money up. Not my funny up. So I haven't really looked at the daggers tree. Is there anything I actually want in the daggers tree that would make me give up the one sword and go for the other crit damage dagger? Or crit sneak attack damage banner. Okay, backstabs with daggers have 33% chance to be more critical. Okay, so that will go all the way up to like 100% chance to be crit. Increases your attack speed by 7% when you have a dagger equipped. Increases your critical chance by 30% when you... Okay, so the cool thing about this is just saying when you have a dagger equipped. Even if I'm not dual wielding them, this will still give me a sizable bonus just for having a dagger. Yeah. Now this one only works with one weapon though. This seems to work to everything just by having a dagger. Backstabs drain stamina. Backstab damage by 100% for each dagger. Ooh, okay. Daggers apply more status buildups. Heavy attacks with daggers remove poison and bleed from the enemy, instantly dealing 80%. Oh, okay, so it's dot eating. Daggers 100% chance to make your target bleed with every attack. Okay, I think daggers is worth to do it. Even if I'm dual wielding and I only have one, it still seems worth it. And even just getting these, just having one to get boosted. Sure. Backstabs with dagger have a higher chance to be critical. We'll do it. I wish I had other points to invest into stealth, but there's no stealth talent, so that I already haven't done. Your Diablo is looking for trustworthy allies to join his quest for the Holy Grail.
Theor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating. Until I'm sure he can handle things, I can't leave him on his own.
Okay. Yo, Bayo, how are you doing?
You're just in time. The forge is ready.
Do you have anything to sell again one more time? You just had that shield and the armor. And the ogre's grip. That is a nice ability though, restoring all stamina when you get a kill, so you can assumably just keep going. But one piece of titanium for 500. I probably don't really need to. I'll buy all the meteorite though. Yeah, I'll get more money. These are also things I'm dwindling on, but we'll get that. And I know I don't have anything to sell. I haven't done any combat or anything yet. So.
What do you need?
Your wound, the cave, the monster. Do you remember anything? I see Effie put you right back to work.
He seems stern, but he's a good, hard-working man. This time, though, it's personal. As soon as I was sure I could swing the hammer twice, I got straight to work. I'm forging a new heart. I know I've only just gotten back the one that beats in my chest, but I can feel there's something wrong with it. It's weaker. I am weaker. and unsteady.
Okay, so he had more to his thing.
It's easier for me to grow impatient and angry. More things seem to cut me deeper. I feel like my heart is poisoned.
You're forging a new heart. How will it work?
So far, all my attempts have failed. None of those hearts had the spark a forged replacement ought to have. They were far too weak to beat in a blacksmith's chest. There's a legend about the Stone Wardens. It tells that they could forge a heart stronger than any other. A heart that could make a man invincible. Sadly, I don't know much more than that. Right now, I'm just banging my head against the wall.
So what do you want to do next? Who are the Stone Wardens? Oh, I know that. Did you ask Ephir about the legend? So what do you want to do next?
Since the Stone Wardens are all Dalriata, my hands are tied. Vrel is the only person from the tribes that I know. A Dalriata selling books. And that's something, isn't it? I was planning to ask her about the legends myself, but maybe you could do it for me? Ephir will clobber me with his hammer if I shirk my work again.
Alright, well, you're part of the main quest, so.
Thank you. Mind the...
Back to the books again. I mean to you. Quests. Boy with the slingshot asks Goldsmith to find Tom before the other... Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Bayor mentions Stone Warden smithing techniques. I should talk to Kavor. Oh, because he was... Yeah, he was on the quest I was actually on. That's why. Also, where is this quest with Tom? Oh, he's over there. Okay, it's not that far. You know what? I'll make my way there first. Why not? Just more side quests. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just go straight here. Tom, where the fuck are you? He's over there. But I haven't seen anybody actually around to be it. Unless it's that. No. No, he should be around here. Do I have to pop the quest on or something? Let's see. Let's see if I pop... If I mark it as active. I see, there's a cave. And some meteorite, yeah! Worth it already. Doot. Oh boy, here I go convincing again. Nah, he did ask me to talk to him, so I'm not gonna just... Yabba dabba do him like that. Okay, maybe I am. Big coin purse. Camelot Soldier Gladius. Surprised you haven't come after me, huh? Yo, Tom.
Well,
Tom.
I was wondering when someone would come knocking. You don't look like the bounty hunting type, though. So tell me, did Asgol send you?
Yeah, he's too busy driving his truck, so he sent me. He did. The bounty on your head, and I'm here to claim it. He did.
Should have known. That old fool always did have a soft spot for lost causes. So, what now?
He wants you to leave Quinont quietly, so it's the only way to keep you both alive. Asgol doesn't want to see you dead. He just wants to see you disappear before the bounty hunters find you. Hey, I have enough spirituality for that.
Disappear, huh? That's what I've been doing my whole life. Hiding, running, scraping by. I don't owe him anything, you know? But maybe I owe myself one last chance to get out of this mess alive. Alright, I'll go. Not for Asgol. Not for you. Because I'm too damn stubborn to let the world bury me just yet. Tell him something for me. Tell him this. The boy with the slingshot grew up, but some things never change. He'll understand.
Well, I'm sure hope he does, 'cause I have fucking clueless on this one. Here. Well, you left your booze with me. By rights, I claim it as thine own. Alright, that was it. Alright, cool. Well, get the fuck out. Thank you. Hey, can you go to talk to him for me? Yeah, hey man, your friend wants you to scatter. Okay, yeah, I'll leave. Oh, alright, cool. Bye. Well, that one's over. Alright, where are we heading for the next one? I think I'm talking to... They're down here, right? Yeah, there they are. Although, isn't the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater thing coming out soon? Or it came out already? The remake? Or the redo, or whatever. I haven't been really paying attention that much to what they've been doing with it. Iron Gate. So this probably leads to Camelot. And these are leading to... I think they both... Okay, so these both lead to the Forlorn Swords. So the Forlorn Swords is definitely where we're heading next. Because this is the Horn to the South, which we've already been. So it's... Horn to the South, Connacht, Forlorn Swords, and then Camelot. Okay. Seems to make sense to me. It's probably going to send us to the Forlorn Swords next. Before looking for the Holy Grail. Although I'm still surprised, like, the main quest of get the shield kind of fell off. Like, we actually killed Palamedes, who was taken over in that one quest. Shield sure as fuck wasn't there. So, I don't know. I'm also surprised that Arthur didn't, unless I've forgotten, have anything to say about, oh my god, Palamedes, what happened to you? Have you been ghosted this entire time? I heard the Stowe ones can forge someone a new heart.
Oh? And where'd you hear a tale like that?
A local blacksmith named Bior told me. He's the one who needs a new heart.
I didn't know our stories had traveled so far. The Camelocians prefer to call us heartless beasts only capable of destruction. But I suppose a tale about creating a heart in the fires of a forge is something only another blacksmith would believe and appreciate. So, that Beor, tell me about him.
He lost his heart to a fae. He got it back, but it's weak.
Aye, that's the way of it. A heart given to those creatures is never whole when it returns. If it returns at all, they drain every joy, every spark, leaving what's left little more than a brittle husk.
So what you're telling me is you need to get his
Sorry your
joy
friend
back
bears
into
that
smithing
burden.
again. He tried forging a new heart, but it didn't work.
Used iron, didn't he? Iron's too brittle. Steel's no better. It's cold, lifeless. To forge a heart, you need metal that is alive.
Is he literally trying to make himself an actual
need a
heart, or
metal
are we
that
talking
will sing
metaphorical
as
here?
your heart
I've been thinking
sings when you see
metaphorical
the
this whole time.
smile of a loved one.
Have you ever forged a heart before? So what we need is weird steel?
Aye. It's the only metal fit for
So
such
we're
a task.
literally making him a new heart.
But weird
Okay.
steel alone isn't enough. It must be woven with ethereal cobwebs.
I got a
Threads
million
that
of
will
those
give
things.
the heart its strength. Bring me those and I'll forge the heart. After that, it will need to be
hopefully I don't need to go
filled.
to my stash for it.
But that task will fall to you.
Shit. I have the cobwebs on me, but I literally have to go back to my stash to get the weird stone. Or, I mean, I still have to fast travel anyway, but what if I don't do that? What if I go back to the source and just mine some fresh ones? Also, I want to see how much. Blew its ass right on up. Because I've also been wondering about those pedestals, which I didn't want to go back to it until I actually got the shield, just in case. But I guess if I need weird steel, I guess I will just do it now. We'll warp not to Quinnock, but to the Horns of the South. And there is the ruins, which I think are here. The All-Mother Shrine? No, that's a ruined market square. Where's that little, like, rock quarry? Was it the Art Spire? Druidic Shrine. King's Road. All-Mother Shrine. Druidic Shrine. We'll just go here. It's been a while. But this is where there was a bunch of weird stuff poking out of the walls. Yes. Oh, there's still pieces of explode. Does it explode already? There. Thank you. Yep, we'll just grab some weird steel right here. Boop. Now, if I'm correct, the symbol here is the sword. So now I should be able to... Yes, okay. That's what I was wondering. Because we also found one that had more symbols. So. Let's grab some more of this for later. Now. I want to go in there. This has been on my mind ever since I realized, oh my god, that's what those markings mean. There's a meteorite up there, but it doesn't matter. Got him. The weirdness is a purpose in of itself, and creation within or through the weirdness requires no explanation. It simply becomes, and then it is. The weirdness is a field of fulfilled potentialities, where anything can happen, things beyond imagination. The only limits are our minds and our understanding. It takes shape according to our will, our emotions, and our thoughts. We cannot shut ourselves off from it. The kingdom beyond sent their ambassador to maintain the balance, the Everdweller. Only one thing is known for certain. The Everdweller cannot survive far from the boiling primordial weirdness of Thuathion, our capital. Does this mean that the weirdness exists beyond Avalon as well? That it is a force, a substance that enshrouds and imbues all of reality with its potential? Remember when I fought you forever ago in a small chamber? I remember. Get fucked. So let me go up these stairs. I think there might be another thing here. Avalon is just a midpoint between the far simpler human reality and the timeless kingdom beyond the stars. It is fascinating to gaze upon the land of men and see all that commotion. They live, they die, and even their vanishing has a purpose. One can mourn what is lost, and then one can celebrate the growth of new life. Their decadence differs from ours. For theirs, it is the end, has a conclusion. Oh, so for theirs, in the end, has a conclusion. There was no place as beautiful and primal as this. When we discovered it for the first time, it felt as though it had been created for us. One of the earliest, most untouched places on Avalon, marked by our actions, and yet we felt such a deep connection to it. We decided to weave new lives here, from thought and intention with potential, shaped after our deepest desires. And for the weaver, we chose the purest among us. Well, you guys love to have fun with rebar, I guess. Oh, okay. Hey, sorry about killing those things in there, but they were very hostile.
After all, you know me well.
Do I?
Take
are you like a weaver of fate or something?
Now. It's your home.
Alright, so he's saying, Arthur, show yourself. Cool. Yeah, when you said weaver, I didn't think you meant rebar. Could have picked something neater, but
Welcome,
sure.
little prince. Why the sullen look? Aren't you glad to see me? You finally made it here. It must have taken quite a long time.
Who are you? Prince? Why do you call me that? Alright, so since every time I go to a dreamscape, people seem to see me as Arthur, my assumption is I am Arthur? And I'm not really speaking to him from the artifacts. I'm just... like, he's just a part of me. He is part of my spirit. He's like my own brain. He's not like some extra spirit. He just is me. Who are you?
So, you don't remember me? I'm afraid it might have something to do with the form in which I see you now. This body and soul, they're much different from what I expected. But to answer your question, I am the Weaver. And though it may be hard for you to believe, a part of you knows me all too well.
Prince, why do you call me that?
Because it is easier for me to address you this way than to accept that, for now, you are nothing more than a human. It is painful, but I must come to terms with it.
Where am I?
It is a place
so is King Arthur a four-dweller?
Was woven from the threads of pure potential. The Pale Lady was relentless in her desire to fulfill her vision of an offspring, modeled after those she watched so eagerly. It displeases me that you don't remember. I'd envisioned your return and our meeting quite differently. But now it all makes sense. Now I understand why you need that shard.
Okay, so my guess is the Pale Mother is that person that we met, or is the All Mother, the ones that they worship as like the main deity, it seems. She was watching humans and ended up making Arthur out of the potential to be their king. Then Arthur died or something happened to him, and that's why she feels like she lost her child? Or maybe something happened to the one she created and it got turned into Arthur. And that's why she was like, oh no, I lost my child. He now doesn't know us. He thinks it's human. Or he thinks he's human. Or it thinks he's human. And that's why she's mourning the loss. And that's why the Red Plague came. And then Arthur dies, but he keeps coming back because he's a thought experiment that was meant to be a Four-Dweller made by the All-Mother out of the weirdness, I guess. And that's part of the reason why he keeps coming back and why they're all sad. Because the All-Mother, the reason why she's the reason that the Red Death exists, because she's crying, depressed, she's like, bloody tears. She's sad and mourning the loss of something. That's what we've heard from the Red Death, like, avatar, which is Arthur's half-sister. Maybe that's the reason why he has so many half-sisters. Because he doesn't actually have parents. They're his half-sisters because they're pure humans, but are still his sisters? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see how they actually describe this. What is your role in this?
Nothing remarkable. I simply exist in this place. That you ended up here is a mere coincidence. None of my kind have visited me in a long time. Yet here, I used to weave new Avalonians, shaping them according to the intent and thought that accompanied their creation. Now the thread of potential is much weaker, though it seems this place stirs to life again as the weirdness returns.
Tell me more about the Pale Lady.
She was a powerful Avalonian, one of the oldest. She saw and desired far more than the rest of her kin, who were suffocating in their growing decadence. To live a life where one can do anything, it loses all meaning. When she discovered the homelands and learned of mortality and time, everything changed. We were no longer the same. It was as though the mere awareness of such things altered the way we lived. We could no longer exist as we once had. It planted a new emotion in us. Fear. You will find traces of her here as well. The stone tablets bear her mark.
Okay, so they were timeless, ageless, immortal beings. And then they noticed humanity and, I guess, the other world and saw that things were dying. And they went, wait a minute, what? Wait, these creatures, I guess they were like looking at humanity and what we were doing, what we were striving, trying to have happened even though we die. And we're like, wow, look at this, look at them actually do things. We're just kind of hanging out here, undying, unmoving. And the Pale Lady wanting that to happen, wanting to have something to give them motivation, like death, maybe, is what this is behind it. And then they all started thinking, wait, but we don't want to die. We like living.
I'm afraid
what happened to the Pale Lady?
I don't know where she is now. It seems she retreated into her depths again after your king entered his eternal sleep. The true one, from which mortals are not meant to be awakened. Not like this.
Shard? What shard?
The shard of the prince's memory. It is shattered. Much like the fragmented memory of the king that lingers within you. I'd gladly speak with him, something is preventing him from manifesting.
I don't know what you're talking about. How do you know about the king inside me?
I don't know all the details. What I do know is that after our prince was murdered by our kin, his potential, what you humans might call his soul, did not perish. The prince had been deeply fascinated by humans, and so after his death he manifested in one of them. That person was Arthur, the man who would one day become your king.
Yep, makes sense, makes sense. Why was the prince murdered?
He followed his mother's fascination. Much like her, he gazed upon the land of men. But he wished to go further. He wanted to experience being human. So he built the Menhirs, meant to repel the weirdness. For us, the Four Dwellers, such a vision was both heretical and terrifying. Some of our kin could not forgive him for it. So, they killed him. It was the first time an Avalonian had ever slain one of their own.
Okay, that makes sense. So Arthur was a Four Dweller in some way?
Arthur was a man, mortal like any other.
But his soul
but ambitious
was
like fear.
a Four Dweller.
But yes, his origins are far more complicated. This is a tale of two separate realities that, through a series of specific events, began to intersect, forming a single knot. Everything that has happened, and everything that will happen, is meant to decide the fate of that knot. And we, as you likely already know, have been pulled into all of this.
What now? Okay, so the Pale Lady saw humanity, said, oh wow, look at them working for such purpose, even though they die. That's really awesome. Made herself a son. He was also incredibly fascinated with humans and mortality. Ended up bringing the Four Dwellers closer to the idea of being able to die. They were scared, I guess, that the weirdness or the whatever the power here is would eventually make them mortal, maybe, if their prince was so interested in it. So they killed him so that people would stop thinking the fuck about mortality and humans and shit like that. However, doing so, because of that, they actually caused one of their own to die. And now technically they're very much thinking about mortality because they actually killed someone, which they never did, which is a part of why they were never thinking about being able to die. And then the prince's soul was reborn in a human or tied with the humans, and that was born as Arthur. And the mother, the Pale Lady, was so upset that the others killed her son, her sadness ended up causing the Red Plague. But the Red Plague eventually did go away for a while, but now it's back again. So the Pale Lady is sad all over again for some reason. So maybe that's a different one. Also, I think the Pale Lady was also, because Arthur said that he felt connected to her, she did reach out, and she is the goddess that the humans worship. And that's what corrupted the temple. They got pulled into her own sad emotions, and now we've kind of released either all of her or a piece from her, or made her realize, oh my god, I'm sorry. Me being sad and depressed pulled all the other priestesses in and did something awful. Thank you for awakening me from this. I need to leave now. So we still know what she's doing. So that's probably why, because that was probably Arthur's Forebringer half's mother. That was probably the Pale Lady. All right, what now?
Our meeting comes to an end. I regret how brief it is, but my role in your story was always meant to be insignificant.
Okay, well, that was a nice, good plot of lore dump. I think I have it down accurately about everything that they told me. All right, Oh, now I can head back to the other quest. I got the weird steel. I got that Lord Dump that I was looking for. There it is. Go back to Quinaut. What? Oh, am I just supposed to go to a heart that defies? Huh? Oh, it's probably just telling me I need to leave to that. So if I go here, there we go. Now we're going to literally blacksmith a guy up a heart. Ah, I see. You need to give him his heart back. You need to make him think and have a purpose to live again. Is that right? No, I mean, we literally need to smith him a heart, like a brand new one. We're going to rip open his chest and put the new one in. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, sure. Can we do that? Oh, yeah, it's pretty simple. I do it every Tuesday. Alright, before I hand this in, let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Now we'll continue. Yeah, I brought the weird steel and the eternal cobwebs of Bayor's heart.
Good. Give me a moment to find the right song. I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. It needs to be filled to start beating.
Filled with what?
Life, of course. A heart must be full of life to start beating. But we'll talk about that when you return.
What do I need to do?
Well, there are two ways. Through death, or through sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure, but I'd say some sacrifices are worth making. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength. Something far more valuable than what you've lost.
Thank you for the help.
If you want to fill it up with the energies of things you kill, just hold it up when you fight. It will collect life, and at some point, will give you a sign that it's beating again. Come to me and I'll bind life to the heart. If you decide to fill it with your own energy, just tell me.
I'm gonna do it where I fill it with my
Either
own
way,
energy.
come
I'll
back
probably
with
lose
either
a
full
level or
heart
some
when
stats
you
or
make
something.
up your mind.
But maybe it'll make him stronger for when we do these side quests. So, give 30 max health. I'll do it.
Of course. Ah, this part never gets old. Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and focus on the heart. You'll feel a bit weak afterward, but don't worry. Strength can always be rebuilt. Here, feel how warm it is. It will serve Bayor well.
Okay. So I lose 30 max health. It is a pretty significant chunk. I'm now down to 105. However, the way he was describing it, maybe not. Maybe there won't actually be a gameplay bonus from here, but it would be really good if there, it would, gameplay-wise, be really good. Is if now, because I sacrificed my own, maybe Bayor will do more in the Camalocian thing, or maybe if I got it from death, maybe he wouldn't have gone with us on the expedition. Or not him, but maybe it wouldn't be right for his brother to leave him still. Maybe if I put my own into it, maybe that will let him go with us, or give him something else, some kind of other bonus later. And of course, a heart given with sacrificed life over cold from the death of many people does, fit better. Yoink up some carrots. Oh, potatoes. Never mind. Elf fresh. All right, at least this bot has a good name on it and isn't just like a bunch of letters and numbers. They still don't remove the space. I still don't know why they don't remove the fucking space. It's wild.
Got something for me to look at?
I spoke to Kavor, a stone warden. He managed to forge you a new heart.
What? That's amazing. What materials did he use? What else was needed? Did he tell you how to make it? Oh my. I have so many questions. But those can wait. First things first.
Let's jam it in there.
For this, I will need your help, my friend. Once more, as always. So, shall we begin?
Lie down, close your eyes, and don't worry. Kavor made sure the new heart is strong. Theoretically rest, but you sure we can sit now? Here you go.
Okay then. Let's see if those Stone Warden legends have a grain of truth in them.
I really wish I knew magically how we did it.
Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it?
How do you feel? Is it any different? Everything? How do you feel?
It's different. Everything looks a bit like it's mired in fog. But I don't feel bad. In fact, I feel good. I feel stronger. I guess more will become clear with time. For now, I'll just have to wait and see. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I don't know how a man could ever repay something like that. I'll be going back to work. Visit me sometime. Don't be a stranger.
Will do. Okay, now that.
What do you need?
You wouldn't happen to have anything new in your shop, huh? No, okay, I was just checking. That might actually change at some point. Alright. His new heart's in. What do you think?
Bayor's fully recovered. He's doing well and making his own decisions. He doesn't need an old man hovering over him anymore. And, well, to be honest, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm proud of him. But you didn't hear that from me. You've done right by me. So I'll give you some advice. This whole expedition is madness.
Duh.
But
we'll find it anyway because it's on my list of it's on my to-do list.
In madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old bones.
Although
can
it would be
still
pretty
be
cool
useful.
for a game to give me an objective for a quest that they
Lord,
intentionally didn't put in.
I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. This isn't just about him. It's about our home. I'll do whatever I can for Kuanacht. Tell Yvain he can count on me. Even if it's the last journey I'll ever take.
It would be pretty cool if they put in like, oh yeah, search for the Holy Grail, and then they never put the thing in the game. Like the game keeps getting updates and people are waiting for them to finish the quest, and the whole point is there just isn't one. And the devs keep telling you like, oh yeah, it's in there, you just haven't found it yet. Well, and then another update comes out and they're like, well, we know how everyone hasn't found it yet, so we made it a little bit easier to find. And it's still just not in there. Alright, I ended up getting a weapon. Blood Sting. Each swing deals 1 damage to you. Each hit applies bleed. Okay, that's a nice two-handed. And that was the only special thing. Increasing incoming healing by 50% and the true all mother heart. Alright, we'll talk to him, tell him that his friend's gone.
Have some spare
And then we'll go to the grail cycle. About Tom.
Any news about our mutual friend?
I found Tom. I convinced him to leave Quinnock quietly. He's gone.
You actually did it. Thank you. Tom's a stubborn bastard. I wasn't sure he'd listen. But you've saved his life. And probably mine, too. I owe you for that. More than I can say.
Tom wanted me to tell you something. He said, the boy with the slingshot grew up. But some things never change.
That damn slingshot. He's not wrong. Some things never change. Not for him. Not for me. You did what I couldn't. Whatever happens now, that's on me. Thanks.
Okay. What do you do for work? Tell me something about yourself. What do you do for work? Tell me something about yourself. No?
Hello.
Okay, come on. One of you needs to have the bounty for handing in the scalps. Come on.
I'll await your return.
Yeah, I bet you will. It's not you. Who would it be then? Yeah, I thought it would have been her, but it's not. So, oh well, I guess I'm just gonna ignore that then. Oh, I did get a King Soul point. Cool. This was in the... Slows down time around you. Killing enemies restores a portion of King Soul. Finishers restore 40% more. When using King Soul, your damage increases by 50% for each enemy killed. When using King Soul, you receive 50% less damage. If King Soul is fully charged, automatically use it when you would receive lethal damage. When using King Soul, you deflect all incoming projectiles. You know what? Let's do the thing where it automatically activates. Oh, I have to do it at a bonfire? Okay. Because I never use the damn thing. I keep forgetting to use the King Soul power, so it automatically activating on me when I'm about to die. And you're going, oh, wait a minute. It is a nice trade-off besides the, like, revive upon death abilities. Oh, you're someone else. Okay. You know what? I'm not talking to any more NPCs. I'm not being dragged into another side quest.
Just keep your head down.
Can't tell if it's them who said you gotta
Just
keep your head down,
through.
or if there's someone else around here. Never really did explore this area either, but honestly, I'm good. Ow. Actually, wait a minute. Who the fuck are you? Nobody. Alright, fine. Ice digs. Any, special items hidden in your own place?
I should stay out of trouble.
About the companions for your journey.
What news? The people I told you about. Have any of them agreed to join me on the quest for the Holy Grail?
2 of them have agreed to join the expedition.
Well done. Naturally, I would have preferred to bring them all, but Two
I guess
will
I
make
fucked
fine
up
company.
Nanante's
Perhaps
thing.
along the way, we'll meet others willing to lend us their skills. After all, I can hardly believe you're the only one bold enough to roam the world in search for adventure. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, know this. You brought change to Connacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received.
Okay,
from
you're
Arthur
giving me the real
himself.
shield? Yeah, he's giving me the real shield. Okay.
Be the shield that watches over Connacht, as House Terion
It's not an
has done
actual
for
shield, it's an
generations.
oath, huh? Okay, that sounds cool. I like that. The shield isn't a physical thing. It's his oath and him being the leader of Connacht. He is the shield. Their position is the shield. I like that. That's nice. I love metaphorical shit like that. It's actually sounding like super peaceful here now too. So this is why he's in a giant four-dweller area. This maybe isn't Arthur. Maybe this is the four-dweller, the prince that became Arthur. Love that angel, like a Geiger angel.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful.
Bind the soul to the stone.
I am the wall between order and ruin.
Speaking of Geiger, the new show Alien Earth is really fucking good. It's really good. If you watch it Tuesday nights on FX, or if you watch it on Hulu through Disney or just Hulu itself or whatever, give it a watch. It's really good. It's really fucking good.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility?
I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon. And may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come.
They did say that his he did descend from Palamedes' bloodline, the guy who's the current head of Connacht. So it is really cool. They were disparaging him earlier, saying he was indecisive, but it was really cool seeing him actually do the thing. Like, he's staying true to that bloodline. That's nice. When he did the thing, the searching for the grail to protect everything. Yeah, this I honestly think this is my game of the year so far. I like this better than Expedition 33, and I liked Expedition 33. I like this setting a lot. Like, even though it's darker fantasy, I love how there's so many tropes here that aren't dark. It's dark in tone, but not in its people. I'm really, really, really liking this game a lot. I think this really is going to be my game of the year. Unless it somehow, like, incredibly drops the fucking ball. Even with its jankiness, I don't care. That just endears it to me even more.
Now I understand. The shield isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build.
Except for the attitude
Lord
of people.
Yvain.
Yeah.
A joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading
see it that
his
way?
people.
Yeah, aren't you being a bit harsh? He literally ended up making the best decision he could and is now actually saving the area. I don't know. He really is living up to the bloodline. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me.
Okay, this
to
part
survive.
is off.
I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom.
Okay, I'm having a bit of dissonance on this.
Theater. People playing at being lords and commanders.
But he did do the right thing in the end.
Roles they don't even understand.
I don't... What is it that Denholm and Yavin don't understand? You told him Merlin may disagree. What did you mean? You make it all sound obvious, but just rather complex. What would you do in this situation? Why do you think your kingdom isn't prospering? Except for the symbol of a shield, what did Palamedes receive? What do we do now? What is it Denholm and Yavin don't understand?
All I've seen here is
feels like
fear.
He did what he's supposed to do.
Men wearing the mask of power. But their power comes from symbols they don't even understand.
No, I'm not seeing this
and
one.
When a
You should be proud of him.
needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces,
Denholm I can understand
is
if he were...
incapable of acting without direct
That
orders.
I can understand.
Yvain,
Yvain I don't
descendant
understand.
of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that
Unless,
harm
like, do you
his
mean he
people.
isn't directly fighting against
Their fear
Yvain?
breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots.
But Yvain chose to seek the Grail. That has to count for something.
It was you the Menhir responded to.
Yeah, sure, the
And
Menhir
you
responded to me, but he
rekindled
chose to do it. Yvain made
did
his
all the
choice.
work.
And he
Turned
did the right
situation
one.
into
To
something
protect
Yvain
Connacht.
could exploit. Without that, Connacht would still be waiting. For what?
Sure, but...
A miracle? That's why I have to come back.
I don't know. I get the
Without
fact
us,
that they didn't
without
find a way to
hands
rekindle the
that
Menhir on their own.
This
And they
land
needed to have
just
somebody with a power like me
waits
to show up to even try to rekindle it, but... I don't know. I think you're being too harsh on Yavin. You told him Merlin may disagree. What did you mean?
Merlin wanted me to become a symbol.
Okay, at least I know why he's more angry now. I understand.
But I realized that
they didn't fix the
one
Menhir
person,
situation
one myth
on his own. He sat there and
enough.
couldn't decide what to do. Okay, now I get it a bit more. His
This
disdain.
needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos
Yeah, that makes sense.
behind.
You left the sword, you left the
To
shield,
serve
you
as
left the grail.
cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this.
You were kind of right about this. You were kind of right about it. It's just the fact that the symbols that you left end up losing power to actual, like, physical people being around. Like, there's lots of people who will still believe in the symbols, the simulacrums that you sent up for people to believe. The you left foundational myths and monuments to keep people enchanted with the idea of this new nation here. But that definitely holds power over people, even as time goes on, like a lot of power. The problem is regular political power and fighting. People who don't believe in those symbols will then lead themselves into positions of power. Everyone else will think it's going to be going fine and everything will be as it always was. But the people who don't believe in that will try to change it to be what they want it to be. And they'll, instead of having, even if the foundation myth is a lie, if it's a lie that leads to good, it's still fine. But if it sits there and it stagnates and people stop believing in it and those people come into power, then the people who continue to believe in the old creation myths or believe in the old ways and it will never change, it will always stay the same, they end up not acting when they should against an opponent. They think everything will be as it was, the basic checks and balances will always be there. Meanwhile, the checks and balances are constantly eroding away. Again and again and again, and instead of actually fighting against them and going against the norms, they continue to hold the norms sacred. And because they're playing on rules, they're still playing by a set of rules that their opponents are now cheating at, and they refuse to change the rules to, cheat as well. And that's why they're failing. At least that's the way that I see it. Like, the foundation myths aren't bad. It wasn't a bad idea the way you tried to do it. The heroic King Arthur, you leave his shield, and you have your swords, and here are the people who helped us conquer this area of land. They will be equal to my kingdom as well. May they always remember that we were great friends. Alright, that will keep them loyal. Here's a bloodline that I came from my own knights with their intense, their oaths of being able to stay separate and stay on their own, but always remember that they are the ones to hold the Camelot together. It's not just me and the rest of the kingdom. It's them too. They are to uphold and make sure we all stay as one. That's the shield that slowly erodes away. Can't wait to find out how the grail goes into it. I guess it's an eternal thing to always look for, so that people can always have some kind of adventure or mysticism to look for. Like, we need to find the grail. But we'll see how this goes anyway. What would you do in this situation?
Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield. To judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing
Yeah,
against
because you knew
me.
he would always do what is moral, what is correct. The only problem is people won't always listen to him. Like, if the local government came to Yavin and said, hey, we want your men here, and he goes, no, you can't have it, and then they backed off, that would be living up to you. Like, you as the king, position of power, it's up to you to listen to Palamedes, to understand, even if you don't know, even if you think you're doing the right thing, and Palamedes goes, wait, nope, you're not doing the right thing at all, fuck off, don't do it. You should instantly go, hey, I don't understand why you're telling me I shouldn't be doing this, but you've been correct before, so I'm going to believe you even if I can't see why. But that is a very, very difficult thing for humans to do. So without you being the king and other people being in charge, just because some other lineage, even if the old king said, you listen to him, he's usually correct, that doesn't mean they're fucking going to. Who cares for morals when you have practical solutions? Or when you think you know what's right, even though you might not be holding all the information. Why do you think the kingdom isn't prospering? Except for the symbol of a shield, what did Palamedes receive?
I named his bloodline the Shield of Kurnacht, and granted them dominion over this Menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power.
What do we do now?
Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords.
Okay, so we're not looking for the
crown.
We're going for the crown, okay.
Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this wretched kingdom of ruin.
Although I think we will be finding the grail at some point. So we handed in that. How many more are left? That's the crown. And then there is no other on this. Alright, so it is his last piece. The crown is his last piece, but I have seen a Four-Dweller activation panel, whatever you want to call it. I did see one with a goblet inscribed onto it, or a grail inscribed onto it, same thing. So we're getting the crown, which is going to be the last part of Arthur, and then we probably are going to go find the grail. Need to locate the last piece of Arthur's soul. Okay.
If I just stay put, everything will be just fine.
So I have everything here. There's still a few side quests left, but I'm fine with not completing them. I've been here for 2, 3. I think this is the 3rd week that I've been in this particular zone.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
Insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything.
Divinity
in my
2
life.
flashbacks
This is the only
intensify.
way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today?
In my vision, I met Palamedes. You do him proud. When are we setting out for the Grail quest? You do him proud.
I hope he supports my decision to embark on the quest for the Holy Grail. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, and I'll stand by it. Whether my noble ancestor approves or not. Well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure that his blessing is not squandered.
Your decision brings glory back to House Terrain. Lord Yavin from Connacht will carve his name into the pages of history. Your decision brings glory back to the House of Terrain.
House Tarion ends with
Tarion,
me.
okay.
Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir. And I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage while the world I knew crumbled around me. But your words are kind. The story of my family began in glory, and in glory it will end.
When are we setting out for
As
the quest for
soon
the
as
Grail?
the necessary preparations are complete. With any luck, it won't take much longer. Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supplies. I do not know when or if I will return. Kunart and its people must be ready for either eventuality. Farewell.
Okay. What I'm going to do is... Oh, well, we're going to meet up with our friend here. And then I think I'm going to go into the new area, and that's what I will save. I'll be back again next week. And I'll be doing a different small game to break up this one, as I did with that one puzzle game. I think I know which one I'm going to play. I think I have like this Power Rangers game that has a bunch of different game modes in it. So I'm going to give that one a play, since that one looked pretty neat. And then I'll come back to this whenever I finish that. Probably in 1 week easily.
Well, well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. We're getting closer to the end. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you.
Arthur's mansion?
No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's time you took a look behind the curtain.
Yeah, the Four Dweller.
It's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum.
What's in there?
I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye on certain things, and our relationship soured.
That's all you wanted?
Not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. His crown this time. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patiently, depending on how he feels about... Well, you'll see for yourself.
No surprises this time?
How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory is a surprise all on its own. But don't worry, they've got bigger problems at the moment than you sneaking off with their sacred helmet.
And
once you're done, meet me at the Charred Conclave.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll
That's
have all
where
3
we'll
pieces to
finish
go
this,
inside that, yeah.
One way or another.
Okay, yep, I get it. Now, am I going... Because I know there is another special area. Ancient Beast. Yeah, I think it's this Druidic Shrine. I think I needed to hit the shield to get into that. So that is another thing to do there. Also, the Hidden Hand... Alright, so there's still a few things to do here.
You need something?
Okay, I need to go further. No, don't heal.
Show me what you are made of.
Your armor won't save you.
But my armor I planned on saving me. Boop. Okay. The big old ragdolls when I hit him with the fireball. Pretty fucking fun. How much do those sell for anyway? The bows 200, those are 70. Okay, the swords aren't worth it then. Never mind. The Camelot ones are worth it, but not. Okay. Because this needed the shield, which I now have. So let's go find out another chunk of lore. Fight one of these things? Okay. So in. This time AI won't break probably. Okay, nice teleport, dude. Swap off equipment instead of the rocks. I need mana potions. I need to start double fisting my summons. This time he was able to fight back the whole time. Whew. What you mean empty? How dare you? Fine. Whew. Good fight. Fragment of the memory of a beloved child. Gather a memory shard. Oh yeah, this just look really fucking cool. Oh hey, it is him again.
We meet again, Lost Prince. I was mistaken about our previous encounter. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her.
You seem more wary than last time.
I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. Oh, what a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade.
What did you presume wrong? Or I spoke to Kai, the prophet. She told me about the bleeding heart of the plague.
So it is true. I suspected that gazing upon the homelands by the Pale Lady and her son could not occur without disruptions. The knot grew tight.
Oh, the knot grew tighter and tighter. Orders that should never intertwine became irreversibly entangled. What did you presume wrong?
You meeting me. As I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was just a coincidence. A fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life as I once believed.
So what was your role?
To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me. Yet I cannot even bring myself to be angry with her. I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered and fell into ruin.
Can you tell me more about the despair of the Pale Lady?
The pain of a mother who has lost her child. It is difficult to comprehend, especially for us. For centuries, we never had to face loss. And then only by gazing upon you humans.
Same. I never knew that comic for a long time until somebody showed it to me.
To live in a world in which everything has to die. Such a horrible and terrifying thing.
Why does she want me to gather those shards?
She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a proper path. Yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge truly is. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason.
What do you mean to weave
Places
bridges?
like this one, or the one where we met before, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberrations twisted by the weirdness. To bridge your reality and ours, someone had to weave the passages. That someone was me. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new Foredweller, for the first time in centuries. But the truth was far from that.
Why weren't you able to weave a new Foredweller for centuries? Why? Oh, sorry, you weren't able to weave a new Foredweller for centuries? Why?
Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder, more untamed, and far harder to control, even for us. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was then that I resumed my work.
How is this place different from the one we were last met?
The Archspire was a bridge to the place where her son was born. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. They were resonating with great desire.
It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next passage.
What will I find further?
I do not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I feel that what lies ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and her. Prince, it is time to go. Leave me behind. I played my role in this spectacle. Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
Oh. Oh, am I back in the Red Death with the one lady? The half-sister? Or is
There's
this...
no greater joy than watching how a son, born of desire, grows. There's no greater despair than watching how a son, born of one's own thought, perishes.
This looks so good.
And now you stand here, hidden deep within. And even I cannot fathom what my heart feels.
Okay, so this is her heart.
Still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuatan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son. This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved.
What is this place?
The heart, bleeding and plagued.
Yeah, her sad heart.
A fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence upon the homelands. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that became inseparably bound to your kind. The Spectre, the Red Death.
So you created the plague?
Unintentionally. I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement of our realities would bring. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't find a way to stop it. I am so terribly sorry.
Of course, a call right now. As I'm streaming. One moment, guys. Okay, back. Can the plague be stopped?
Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return.
Yeah,
it's
we have
like
to
a
fix your
curse
despair.
cast upon your kind. And so, you will drown in my tears.
What do you want?
I want my son back. You walk your own path, yet you will be faced with choices. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded by force.
Is there any chance to bring your son back?
I believe so. And you are already working tirelessly toward this, whether you realize it or not. Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the King of Mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose essence you carry within your heart. You will also need the fragments of my son's memory, the ones I so carefully concealed for you to find. Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle. It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. If you manage to find him, take it.
Where could I find the Weaver?
He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could work in peace. I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop, deep within the Forlorn Swords.
I want an explanation. Arthur, you, your son, how is everything connected? We met at the corrupted temple of the All-Mother.
Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me, living as if it were another life. Now I feel more whole. The emptiness is sharper. The sorrow, far more profound.
I met Kai, Arthur's sister, and a prophet.
Ah, yes. Bound to Arthur through kinship. They were close enough that some of my despair reached her as well. A different kind, however. She was able to find and gaze into it. I pity her. The fate that befell her is truly dreadful.
I want an explanation. Arthur, you, your son, how is everything connected?
It is a tale about the prince of the Four Dwellers, who unexpectedly became the king of humankind. Arthur. We are connected. In the homelands, he heard my call from beyond the mist. It guided him to Avalon. I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword. The specter, of which you now carry within yourself. He is someone very dear to me. Someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body in your lands.
Reincarnation, how is that possible? Weaver mentioned that Arthur's origins are far more complicated. You brought humans to Avalon and started a war?
Yes. I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply fall silent. Draw your own conclusions.
Gotcha, yeah. She wanted her son back, and her son was part of Arthur, so she just drew Arthur here, and then it started the whole fucking war anyway. Reincarnation, how is that possible?
As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated by humans. Fascinated by your impermanence and fragility. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything suddenly gains far greater significance, doesn't it? He must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four Dweller.
I everything I wanted to know.
Are you sure? If you have anything to ask, ask now. This may be our last meeting before the end of things.
Nope, that made sense to me. Yep,
So,
I'm sure.
It is done. I am glad my heart could host you. I hope you will succeed.
You guys were living on this island forever, found out that
You leave this
humans
place
exist
with
on another
another
continent
shard.
somewhere.
Use the memory of my son wisely.
Your son really wanted to
That
go to meet the
perfect
humans. The others
obedience
killed him for
will
it.
no longer be your burden.
And then you
It
started
was never
despairing.
my will, but
Arthur
rather
got
flawed
reincarnated over.
interpretation by humans,
And then you
consumed with
started
the madness
wanting
of
your
the
son to
dying.
come back to you.
Farewell.
Came back and started the whole war and killed everything. Meanwhile, the fact that your son died is causing the red plate to happen because that Arthur reincarnated into a human back in the homeland, which is why the red plague started there, and now why it's also here as well. Okay, that makes 100%. That's right on the money. Very, very good. Makes sense. I got it. Okay. Cool. I like how this story came together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to warp over to where the guy just told me to go. However, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to start with that next time. So we have a chunk of plot to do before I go into a brand new area and start endlessly fighting things. Boom. So I'm gonna get as close as possible, and that's what we'll save. And next week I'll be back with a new game for a little bit, and then once I finish that, we'll be back here again.
Be prepared.
Oh, quick, let me put that on. The word is silent. The hidden hand.
I'll strike you down.
Boom. I pulled up the quest. Why isn't it showing on the... Look at him fly. Boom, boom. Where did he yeet on off to? Did he fly that far, or... Excuse me, sir, where did you go? Oh, there was another one up here. I didn't even know. Alright, well, we'll do this next time. Save here. So, like I said, next Monday I'll be back. I don't know if I'll do a stream before next Monday. Maybe I will. I don't know. If I do, it'll be on Sunday, and I guess I'll start here. I'll still do this a little bit more. But next stream on Monday is the definite time I'll be back. I am going to be doing a separate game, either a Power Ranger game or maybe Doom the Dark Ages. I don't know. I still want to play that, even though people have been not liking it as much as Eternal for some reason, which is wild to me, but I'll find out why maybe, or maybe I'll have a different opinion. Who knows? Anyway, this game has been great. This is probably this is very high on my list for Game of the Year games. This has been a fantastic experience so far. I'm liking the story. I like the gameplay. I like the jankiness, and I like how they're treating all the people and their NPCs. I really like it a lot. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back again.